anymore. Like one of the songs on the album was written about like my high school sweetheart. It was like this really intense breakup song. And initially I had like 8 verses written for it because that's how mad I was at him.
Right, I was saying,
And
that
like,
makes for great material.
yeah, I wrote it when I was like 18. So, I'd been sitting on it for like 4 years. I'm like, okay, I need to get this song out. I need to record it. And so I did. And, I'm happy that it's done.
Yeah, so are we. So you mentioned just a couple minutes ago, Chance the Rapper, and I know I mentioned at the top of the show that you have done guest features for Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa, both whom Chicago both hold in very high regard, of course. How did those 2 features come about?
Well, Peter and I kind of entered the Chicago scene together. I was going to Columbia, he was going to Chicago State, but the 2 of us were really kind of creating this sound that a lot of people started to resonate with, whether we were just doing local performances or opening up for people. We kind of just created this really cool sound. And when I was at Columbia, I was in a class with DJ RTC, who's one of the owners of Closed Sessions. And in his class, it was like the AMP Records class, which is Columbia's record label. And we were doing a mixtape or album through the record label. And he had asked me to be on it, and he had asked Chance to be on it. So and this was like, maybe 2010. So this is like very early Chance, before 10 Day came out, before anything. And so we were there. I invited Peter because Peter and I were like, you didn't see one of us without the other. We were like inseparable. And so we kind of went to this class thing. I introduced like Peter and Chance. They became really good friends. They didn't become really good friends. They started working together, and I started working together with them. That was very poorly said. We started working together. The first time I worked with Chance was on Hema for 10 Day, and I remember I went to the studio after a night class, so I didn't get there until like 10, and we stayed all night because he wanted to get the song finished so he could play it for his grandma the next morning before she went into a surgery. So Mama Jan wanted to hear the song, and he wanted to give her some love and encouragement, and, everything was fine. And she came out okay. But that was the point. We stayed up all night to finish the song and make sure she could hear it. That was kind of like me and Peter's first time working with Chance. And then we did a few more things on that album, and we toured with him a lot for, well, not the album, but the mixtape. That's how that all came about. And then same thing with Vic, through our work with Chance, Vic kind of became aware of Peter and I. So Peter and I both started working with Vic, and I did a few songs on Internet Tape with him. Hollywood, LA, and Lovely Day were the 2 I did on that. And then, I performed with him as well. So,
right. Yeah, so Chance, Vic, whenever you're ready for the show, let me know. I've been waiting for you guys. This is season number 3. Self plug. Yeah, that's great. I love to see people, collaborating, with each other, especially in the city of Chicago, because we have so much dope talent, just raw sheer talent and creativity, and I think that's the best way to kind of, move forward, is to be able to pair up with other people and get it, join to be a part of what they're working on, basically.
Yeah, so, definitely. And I know that you've done interviews with like other artists that I've worked with that are so good, that aren't as big as like Chance or Vic, but are so good, like Harold Green or Sidewalk Chalk. Like my favorite band out of Chicago is Sidewalk Chalk. They're so good.
Awesome.
I've been a fangirl of them since I was 18 and saw them perform, and I was like nervous to talk to them, and now we're friends. And,
yeah, they're good. I came to know them, of course, because of my friendship with Sam Trump. So since finding out more about them, because I knew about Sam first, and when he told me he was a part of this, band, I was like, well, they've got to be kind of dope. So let me go check them out. And,
so good.
When I first saw them perform live, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is the real deal. Like, they're really dope. Their energy is crazy, through the roof.
I think they're my favorite band to like share a lineup with too. Because we're
imagine.
similar enough, but we're so different too. So it provides like a nice contrast for the audience, but it's like a similar high energy, fun, just like groove filled night. You know, it's
Yeah.
like so much positivity, such a good time. I love sharing a bill with them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I would have to I would be down to check out that show. So next time I'm back in Chicago, I'm gonna need you guys to get together and
Yes, just for you.
yeah, sing in my living room. Yeah, so let's check out some of your music here. We have a couple of songs that we're going to play off of Ruby for our listening audience. Let's start with Pour Some Sugar. How about that? If you want
Sounds
to talk a little bit about the song, maybe what it's about or how you came about creating that song.
So Pour Some Sugar, a lot of people think it's like a breakup song. It's actually not about a love interest at all, though it definitely comes across that way. And hey, if it applies to you in that capacity, by all means, listen to it as a heartbreak song.
Right.
But it's actually more so about like friendships and like business relationships and people that kind of take advantage of you and screw you over. And it was kind of my big like F you
Yeah.
to some people that I thought were my friends, pretty much.
Right, right.
So yeah, Pour Some
We all
Sugar.
have
It
those.
was. Yeah, we do, and I also have a video for it on my YouTube channel. It was one of the songs on Ruby. So.
Yeah. All right, so let's check it out, and then we'll be right back with more Lili K. So here's some Pour Some Sugar off of Ruby. Be right back.
You broke my heart and you poured some sugar on it. You tore us apart and you poured some sugar on it. I was here from the start and you poured some sugar on it. Now I'm left with the scars of you pouring sugar on it. I've been told those who hate cast the first stone, but don't you know? Right from haircuts, you took the fall. And when I'm old, I hope that I still own my own soul. 'Cause God knows that people don't care about me good no more. No, no more. No, no more. You broke my heart and you poured some sugar on it. You tore us apart and you poured some sugar on it. I was here from the start and you poured some sugar on it. But now I'm left with the scars of you pouring sugar on it. Don't sweet it up. Mean what you say and say what you mean. All that sugar, baby. Don't hide the fact you means and just me. Who do you care for? All you pray for is your reflection, all you look for. 'Cause I learned that people don't care about being good no more. No, no more. No, no, no more. No more. You broke my heart and you poured some sugar on me. And you tore us apart and you poured some sugar on me. Oh, I was here from the start and you poured some sugar on me. And now I'm left with the scars of you pouring sugar, 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 sugar. Artificial sweetener. You are so full of that bull, artificial sweetener. You are so full of that bull, artificial sweetener. You are so full of that bull, artificial sweetener. You are so full of that bull, artificial sweetener.
that was Pour Some Sugar by our guest tonight, Lili K. You listen to Support the Dope Radio. I'm your girl, CB. And we're going to talk a little bit more with Lili K about her career and what she has coming up for us in the future and all that good stuff. And, of course, we have some more music coming for you, so make sure you guys continue to stay tuned. We'll check out some more from Ruby, and we actually have a new single from Lili K as well. But just to get back to Lili, because we're having such a good time, and it's great to have another woman on the show because I don't get a whole lot of those.
No?
It's usually me and the boys.
Well, we're the best.
We are. So I'm excited. I'm like, yes, get another girl on the show. So let's talk a little bit about...
I feel like it's so easy. Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
I was going to say, it's so easy sometimes to forget, like, how much you've been missing that feminine energy in your life.
Yes.
Like, my band is all men. Right, my manager's a guy. You know, in music I work with so many men. Yep. And I love them. I work with great men. I'm very lucky to have, like, wonderful men in my life. But, Lord, sometimes I just need some women. Yeah. Because, like,
no, I
just such a different energy.
Yes, the music industry is very male-dominated, especially in Chicago. Yes. So, you know, a lot of people either, you know, I'm interviewing or if I'm working with on, like, the PR, you know, front or whatever, it's always a bunch of men around. And not that I don't love them. I actually get along great with men. Like, and I, even growing
Me
up,
too.
Like, some of my best friends were boys. And, well, even to this day, some of my best friends are guys.
Yeah, same here.
But
like I said, you don't realize how much you miss it until you're, like, back around women and you're like, oh, this is so nice.
So I was like, yes, I forgot I now have a woman on the show. Thank you. But let's talk about a little bit, like, for your debut to have just been released in 2015, you've gotten a lot of acclaim from some media outlets that, you know, other people are still trying to tap into that might have already have been doing this longer than you have. Like Tidal, hint, hint. How did the Tidal?
That was so crazy.
Yes, like I mentioned at the top of the show, Lili was dubbed the very first Tidal Rising artist on Tidal's platform. Where were you when you got the news? Do you remember?
So how that came about is kind of like a layered story.
Okay.
So when we were figuring out a premiere for the album, you know, I will preface this. Although I have gotten, like, a very good amount of press, there's still so much that I haven't gotten, and I get a lot of pushback because I don't do, like, a mainstream genre. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult, especially, and I mean, the climate's even changed so much from what it was in 2015. Like, it's a whole different industry. Mm-hmm. But, you know, at the time, we were trying to think of, like, a good premiere that would work for me, that would be something, you know, that not everybody else does, especially because a lot of, like, the big, you know, fancy publications just weren't responsive to me. So we were like, let's reach out to Tidal. It was, like, kind of when Tidal had first been acquired by Jay-Z, because they've been around as, like, a European entity for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And so we were like, let's reach out. Why not? It doesn't hurt. So we reached out mainly just to get them to, you know, premiere the album. We thought it'd be cool. And they wrote back, this was still, you know, the European team that we were corresponding with. And they're like, oh, my God, we love this album. And I think a big reason why we kind of got in the door is because my music is more appreciated and more popular overseas than it is in the States. Yeah, so they loved the album. And we did a whole interview with them. And we pre-streamed the album, like, you know, a week before the release on Tidal. They had a great interview with me, and it was really cool. And I kind of thought that was the end of it. And then fast forward, like a week after the album comes out, Tidal reaches back out from their LA team. They're like, hey, we want to do a whole documentary series on you.